Hello and welcome to the course. I'm just going to give a brief introduction of who I am, why you should listen to me. I'm going to talk a little bit about Cisco's learning as objectives, right? What's on the exam, and who this certification is for, and who this course is for. So if you're sitting there thinking, well, I don't really know if this CCNA thing is for me or not, I'm not really sure, maybe this will answer that question for you. So my name is Samuel Barlas. You can pronounce it Barless or Barlass, either way is fine. It's spelled Lass. Really, learning, teaching, and networking is what I do. I love these things, and that's why I'm here. I love learning, and because I love learning, I love sharing the knowledge that I've learned with you guys, and so I love teaching. And networking is really my trade. I fell in love with networking. I made it a career out of it, and so I'm here to share my knowledge of networking with you guys. So I am a Lone Star College graduate, by the way. Not too long ago, I was sitting in a chair in a CCNA class learning about CCNA topics. I am CCNA, Criminal Justice, Dante, which is digital audio through networking, um, through Ethernet, digital audio networking through Ethernet. I apologize. Which is awesome technology. Mitel certified as well. And I am a working supervisor of an IT infrastructure team. So if you don't know what a working supervisor is, I do supervisory tasks, but the majority of my day-to-day is actually doing the same work that my employees are doing. So I'm not just doing managerial tasks. I'm not just making purchasing decisions and managerial decisions. I'm making a lot of technical decisions as well. Um, and I love it. So that's my professional life in a nutshell. Um, Here's some personal photos. We visited Lake Roosevelt. It was absolutely beautiful. We had to go get a picture. Um, and also, my wife walked in one time when I was recording, and I just thought this picture was priceless. So, and there's our beautiful little dog there, Ellie. So one of the things I really look for when I'm looking to someone and I'm trying to evaluate whether or not that they're knowledgeable and they actually believe what they're telling me is if they put their money where their mouth is. And this is something that I do. I put my money where my mouth is. I'm a long-term Cisco shareholder. I've had the Cisco shares for years now. I keep adding to my position. I really believe in Cisco as a company. I think they're going to do well in the long term. And so I really also believe in the industry as a whole. So I'm invested into many other manufacturers. I'm not going to go into naming other manufacturers right now. We're focused on Cisco, but I'm also invested in a lot of other technology. A lot of cybersecurity technology is real big in my portfolio. But I love technology and I love these companies, and I definitely put my money on the line. So why Cisco specifically, and why did Cisco develop a learning platform? Why did Cisco develop a book and labs and all this stuff to get people to learn networking? So really, Cisco's been a leader in networking for a very, very long time. They've been a pioneer. They've really set a lot of standards we use today. And that's been very, very valuable over the years, is having those standards and being able to have interoperability between vendors. Cisco developed the program known as Netacad to help educate engineers on how to use their products. There was a shortage of engineers, and so they needed to train people so that people could configure their products. Cisco is still setting trends and has some of the most reliable hardware available. I just talked to someone, he was running iOS 12, which is like 10-year-old software on a 10-year-old switch or older. I'm not sure exactly how old they are, but those switches are still going. Those switches are not failing. Many other vendors, 5 years, 7 years is the maximum anyone will run them. But Cisco, I've seen them in play for 15 years or more. So Cisco just really builds reliable hardware. They have pretty reliable software as well. And so they really have done well in the market for having a stellar reputation for making just quality products. Now, some of the products that Cisco puts out like the Cisco Linksys brand is not super quality. For consumers, it's a little different. But when it comes to actual Cisco products, they are great. So the learning objectives, there's way too many to put on here. What I will tell you is that everything on every basic concept in networking is going to be covered. There are some concepts, if you go and work for an ISP, for example, they're going to use a lot of technologies that are not listed here because no one else uses those technologies. But if you're going to go work in a general enterprise or you want to start your career to learn about general networking, and then you want to go into a specialty like maybe internet service providers or maybe wireless or something like that, this is a great starting point. This will really put you on the right track, whether you want to go into regular enterprise networking, like this will kind of set you up for, or if you want to specialize later on, this will give you the fundamentals to get going. So who is the CCNA for and who is this course for? So if you want to become an IT professional, this course is for you because really the CCNA is going to put you in a good spot whether you go and start a networking career or whether you start in IT and move into networking or decide later on that maybe you don't like networking full time, you don't want to do that 40 hours a week. I completely understand. A lot of people end up in server, storage. There's all kinds of IT positions available out there, so you're not limited to networking. Having a CCNA is very, very valuable, not only for networking positions, but for systems positions, for entry-level IT positions, help desk, desktop, whatever team you're on, the CCNA can be extremely valuable because you have that understanding of networking. It's more than just configuring networking devices, it's understanding networking. So if you're already an IT professional and you want to get into networking or Cisco products specifically, the CCNA is also for you. So if you're trying to go and get that promotion, you're trying to move up in the company, having a CCNA can be very valuable, whether you're moving up at the company or organization you're with, or you're planning on moving to another organization. The CCNA can get you that interview, can get you that promotion. It's a very, very valuable certification. We actually require it at my place of work, my day job, not teaching. So also, if you're a networking professional and you want to get more familiar with Cisco products specifically, maybe you want to update your knowledge, get up to date with current trends, current technologies. Maybe you work for someone like an ISP and you want to move to an enterprise. And so the CCNA is going to give you a lot of valuable information that you may not know from the ISP world that would be valuable in the enterprise world. So those are really the kinds of people who the CCNA is for. So what if you heard that and you said, I don't know if I'm ready. What if I'm not ready? What if I'm not sure about taking the CCNA? What what does my path look like? I don't want you to just give up hope. I want to give you a path. So if you go through this course and you start feeling really, really lost and you start feeling really like it's not working and you're going to give up, I really don't want you to give up. I want you to keep pressing on. I want you to ask me questions. I'm more than happy to sit down with you and have a personal one-on-one conversation. But if you're not ready, here's a path to get you there. So a really good place to start for a lot of people, and a lot of people have started here, is taking an A plus or IT essentials course. And this will give you a basic familiarity with computers, with how computer networks work as a very basic function. Um, this will give you a good base. You'll have an idea how computers work. You'll have an idea how printers work. You'll have an idea how the general stuff works, and so that'll ease you into learning the CCNA topics a little bit more. Really good classes to take. They're not actually required, but it is a little bit easier to jump into CCNA if you have this kind of background. I had a student who had his A plus certification, and he just was stellar, just awesome, because everything he was learning in CCNA, there was little tidbits that went back to his A plus, and he knew stuff from the previous courses that was helpful in learning the new concepts, because really networking, right? Those switches, they're actually computers. Surprise. Those routers, they're actually computers. They're just specialized computers. So then after you take that course, if you choose to. CCNA course is a great place to go from there. Some people start with a CCNA. Some people don't need that A plus or IT essentials, especially if you're one of those people that, you go out and you do all this computer stuff. When I was a young guy, I was always messing with computers every chance I got. I was taking them apart, putting them together, helping my friends, helping my neighbors, my parents, just everyone. When anyone had computer problems, they came to me. Um, just really, really spent a lot of time with computers. And so someone with that kind of background might jump right into the CCNA and just kind of skip that path there. So that's where we are right now. It's an awesome, great place to start. Um, Different people have different starting points. Different people are in different points of their lives, and it really just depends on where you are. Then after you take the class, a really, really important step, and I want to stress this very, very much, is get certified. If you just take the class, that's great and that's valuable. But when you get certified, that's going to open opportunities. When I got CCNA certified, I got 10 times the amount of interviews that I got before I was CCNA certified. I got all kinds of recruiters going after me. I wasn't going after them, they were going after me. They were adding me on LinkedIn and saying, "Hey, we've got a job opportunity for you. When would you like to interview?" They would, it was crazy to me. I was thinking I have to go out and find a job, and they were coming to me and like, "Hey, do you want a job? I've got a job opportunity for you. I've got these 3 job opportunities waiting for someone with a CCNA. We can't find anyone with a CCNA that wants these jobs." And so it's very, very valuable to actually get that certification. Having that knowledge is great and might get you a promotion, might make you more valuable to your company. But at the end of the day, getting that certification will potentially get you a better job, a better pay raise, etc. So getting that certification is very important. Now, the next thing you want to do once you get that certification is you need experience. So some people are going to take this a different way. Maybe you're already in IT. Maybe you're already getting some IT experience. That's awesome. But really, when you get that CCNA, it'll open a lot of doors. Maybe you'll end up in an entry-level IT job. Maybe you'll make it. Very rarely do people without any IT experience get into a networking role. Maybe if a company has a junior networking role or maybe a data center networking role where you're running around doing work in the data center. There are some entry-level networking roles, but I will tell you it's a lot easier to get into networking if you have a generic IT role because you're going to learn other things about IT that the CCNA course is just not going to teach you. The CCNA course is not going to teach you IT service management. They're not going to teach you ticket management. They're not going to teach you how to deal with angry customers, how to deal with, all the other things that come with being in IT. And a lot of that is really just learned from experience best. Now, after you start getting that experience and after you get that awesome networking job, don't stop learning. And I see this too often, and I'm really disappointed because you see these people and they're smart and they do great, but they stop learning. So keep learning, keep continuing your education, whether that's through more certifications, whether it's through more courses, online, in person, however you like to learn, books, whatever. Don't stop. So keep learning, keep pursuing better, and opportunities will come along. Now, at the end of the day, really your personal professional goals are going to be what you're going to go after, and that's going to be different for a lot of people. Some people, that's going to be a dollar sign, right? Maybe that's 6 figures. You've always dreamt of having a 6-figure job. Maybe it's a title thing. Maybe you've always wanted to have a particular title. Maybe you've always wanted to have um, this responsibility or that responsibility. Maybe you just want to have a steady job and not worry about where your next meal is going to come from. Maybe you want to have a government job where you feel safe and secure. Maybe you want, a job with a particular company, whatever that is. Maybe you want a really relaxed job, whatever that is. Go and pursue that goal. And that's going to be different for a lot of people, so I'm not really going to say more on that. But with all that said, let's go, let's connect things. That's what networking is all about, connecting things. So let's go connect servers. Let's go connect computers, IP phones, cell phones, IoT devices, whatever it is, let's go connect it. I'm super excited to start this course with you, and I hope to see you in all the videos coming up, and I'll see you then.